either one plays me right from my. 'Cause I don't know what to do. I really wish I knew. Either way, I'm about to lose, and I don't have a clue, but I just gotta choose. I know, so I go eeny, meeny, miny. More. My heart's about to explode. My head's on overload. I can't choose, so I go. Eeny, meeny, miny, moon got a perfect face, and everything else in place. Well, let a second go to waste from my. With the other one, I feel safe, like nothing but a mistake. Come help me for goodness sake from my. 'Cause I don't know what to do, but I just gotta choose. I know, so I go eeny, meeny, miny, more. My heart's about to explode. I want to, but I know I can't get with them both. Eeny, meeny, miny, more. My heart's about to explode. My head's on overload. I can't choose, so I go eeny, meeny, miny. About to lose my mind. I can't choose tonight. Ooh, na, 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 yeah. Ooh, na, 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 yeah. About to lose my mind. I can't choose tonight. Ooh, na, 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 yeah. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Oh, oh, na, 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 yeah. Ooh, na, 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 yeah. 'Cause I don't know what to do, but I just gotta choose. I know. to be bad. Whoa, nah, 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 nah. Show you what it feels like to be bad. Nah, 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 nah. Show you what it feels like. I'll show you what it feels like to be bad. Show you what it feels like. I'll show you what it feels like to be bad. Show you what it feels like to be bad. Darling, don't be scared, baby, let's go anywhere. A little bad won't do you any harm. Magic is in the air, feel love beyond compare. I'll show you what it feels like to be bad. Whoa, nah, 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 nah. Show you what it feels like to be bad. Nah, nah, nah.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Let me tell you what. I have so many projects going on, so there's a lot of things actually hidden in the background right now, in terms of what we're doing in my stream today. Now, it is 3:45 in the morning, and I am just bored. Completely bored. I didn't want to play any of my other games. I just want to work on For Honor for the most part. For Honor. Just want to work on Satisfactory for the most part. And off that you see before you is actually several projects that are going on, if not buildings that are just being used currently and temporarily until I get my infrastructure and all of my other stuff completed. I've decided, instead of me sitting around trying to build this massive ingot factory, as I talked about in my factory build video, if you haven't seen it, I recommend you go and see it, because we'll go look at all the buildings out there and beyond and behind us. But I decided I wanted to go for phase 3 because power seems to be a big issue with us, and I've already put on my Trello board, and I've also mentioned this too in the new video I have upcoming right now. Oh, excuse me. I mentioned this before, that we're rebuilding a bunch of things, and power is going to always be a problem. You know, if I want to build these big giant factories or whatever at some point or so, I'm going to need, you know, some type of giant, you know, mechanical system for the power, and I can't get all that with just, you know, what I have now. I have a little mini, I would say like a little mini substation for the most part, and then I have 2 large power stations. I have one in the Blue Crater, and I have one here in the Grasslands, which is the one we see over there, and that's also the biggest one that produces most of the power that all of my buildings take. All of the gens over there are overclocked, either 2 or 3. Oh shit, how do we get out of this? Okay. This lovely little cart works great to drive around on factory grounds. Does not do great on the ground over there, but over here and on the other side of these walls is projects going on that you guys will see in my new videos, my new content that is upcoming for the most part, especially my very first time-lapse build on Satisfactory that at least I'm trying to do, and I'm doing it with my laptop. I have an MSI Katana 15 with me, and I spent $30 on the game again, so that way I could use it on my second Steam account. And unfortunately, despite having an RTX 4070 in it, the graphics don't look as good and as HD as they do on here on my desktop. So that's a drawback. Specifically the weather. I think maybe my brightness is up too high or whatever, but that's besides the point. So I realized just a little bit ago that setting up with phase 3 and everything, probably should have had my stuff open for this, but we're basically making modular engines, and that's the item that I'm setting up for. And I need pipes, and I'm currently using what I call is going to kill my power grid, and I'm sure you guys will see this in a video when I try to launch everything. But each level, this is going to be one primary building with 32 assemblers on each level. If you guys don't know, an assembler uses 15 megawatts of power each. And right now on the first level, I have all of my stuff for reinforced iron plates. All right, I used to have a huge like factory that actually sat right where this one sits at. Then I decided almost a year ago in November of last year that I wanted to build a mega factory in ingot production. So I tore everything down and I built this big giant colossal building, which there's more on the other side of this thing. And I realized that over time that I got bored of the game and I didn't play it as much, and so voila. But I have a building right now that's on the other side of this wall that looks exactly like this. This is just the second part of it because I decided I'm going to need a ton of iron ingots and I don't have enough the way it is. But now, since I am using, trying to produce motors, I need stators and rotors, and I'm using an alternate recipe for rotors that needs 2 pipes and 6 copper wire, and stators need 3 pipes and 8 copper wire. Alright, the objective of this build that we're going to at least try to work on between now and the next 4 hours is us just building up the foundries and the various factories needed to produce just pipes. Let's see here. So we need iron ingots, which okay, we have a ton of those. We have like 3 levels of iron ingots, 4 rows of 20, I want to say. Right? Or maybe it's 4 rows of 10. No, it's 4 rows of 20 on 3 levels for producing ingots currently. I want to say, and then that's what this is going to be right here, is the same thing. 4 rows of ingot production, and it'll go up 3 stories. Unfortunately, that thing flies through my factory, so I might have to make some adjustments so it, just doesn't fly through my wall and come out the other side. I don't know how I want to set this up out. So let's see here. I know I'm going to have to take trucks or tractors and transport these cubes over to the other side, and we're going to need 3. So let's see here. I figure we can produce 3 lines per level, and we're going to need coal. Not that we're ever going to have enough coal. I mean, I'm finding out more and more for the life of you, and as a tip from me, screws. You can never have enough screws ever in Satisfactory. I mean, nearly every build needs screws. Unless you do have an alternate recipe for them, which I recommend going out and finding all the hard drives around the map. You can use an alternate recipe for screws where it'll take iron ingots and make it 12 screws per ingot instead of 1 screw, which, as you know, if you take it, the regular recipe is 1 iron rod, which you produce iron ore to an iron ingot, make 1 iron rod, and then that iron rod, it's either 1 or 3 iron rods to produce 5 screws. And that to me is just a huge drive killer. I mean, that sucks. But besides the point, I want to eventually someday incorporate these elective. Remember, it's almost 4 in the morning. All right, don't judge if I can't talk. But that's besides the point. So we're gonna need a place to export these things. We can take that stuff off there. I need to export iron ore, or at least our steel ingots out of someplace, and there's going to be 6 holes that they're coming out of. But I also have to bring them over and import them, which I will bring them over, and so I'm going to need 6 of them, which, great news, I have 6 of them. Which I could probably just run them up and over. This is a temporary build. Let me just remind you that. It's all temporary until we can complete Phase 3, because then we unlock nuclear power, and that solves all the issues I have with coal energy right now. Although, speaking of which, I have since upgraded from using regular coal to compacted coal. It's a spoiler alert for one of the videos that I already have in the works. Yeah, oops. Okay, so let's see here. I play for the life of me playing on silent. I usually listen to music when I build because it just kind of helps me build. But, we're probably already going to get a copyright claim for the 6 minutes of us starting the stream and with music just running from Spotify. Okay, let's see here. Man, this is always so indecisive. It's not like I can just, cut the video and start differently. I mean, you have this big open area. What can I do with it? Do I want to run them from left to right? We could probably certainly do that. I mean, I moved the space elevator over here so I'd get it out of the way for my infrastructure for the large 4-lane road I'm going to make for the main line running all around the map. In addition to the hopefully a train that will run semi-parallel to all the roads. Beautiful night sky. Let me tell you what, it's cloudy. They actually have clouds in this game. That's crazy. I mean, I guess we could just go over to Paradise Island and construct some random thing over there. If that were actually possible. It almost looks like to me that there is a power slug up there. I mean, I could be completely and totally wrong, but I mean, it almost does look like there's like one right there on that edge. Maybe I am just completely wrong. Okay, so let's see here. I want to set this up. We just have to set these up. Which way are we running an intake? Oh yeah, they're just like freaking assemblers. So, yeah, of course we're gonna need coal. Oh, that's rough. Now the question is, what do these make? Might have an idea. Ooh. They don't require a lot of coal, though. I mean, we still get the same amount. We could also do... Oh, wow, this gives you 20 copper. An alternate for 20 of them. That's crazy. Just to run copper and iron ore together. Huh. Well, I guess that solves the issue of how I'm going to make copper ingots, because I was going to use the refinery method. And if you guys don't know, that's like over the top in power usage. But basically it would have given us 15 at 24 seconds, but we need water, I mean 6 copper ore at 30 megawatts. And this can make them at 16. It's half the cost for 5 more, which equates to a much more positive number in production. It's going to work out great. To give you guys a tip, someday, I say this someday, it will not be a complete time-lapse video because I already started and I've been building on this, but I'm hoping to run 2 big things of iron, a set of the gold ingots, which I call them cateridium, but that is certainly how it's not pronounced. That's just always what I've called it. And then 2 sections of copper, just because the gold ore is so easily made, and it's just, it just works out in some things. Some voice cracks there. Okay, so, but for now, we'll use these foundries here. I need to remember this for a second, that we could probably bring them in from over there, just host them across the ceiling. I don't know. Let's see here. Okay, so we'll have 3. We need 6. Which is really interesting, because let me just show you guys what they look like right now. So if we come over here, oh wow, we have 12. So we can either take the bottom, which might be a little bit of a struggle, or we can just take the straight top and run them across. Now what I could do is run like 3 here, 3 here, and then build a ceiling on top of this and run them across. I'd rather, just kind of get this laid out so that way I know what I'm going to do. Those, why do those look blue for me down here? Oh, yeah, they're definitely the ore we're looking for. Okay, so let's see here. So we'll do this one at the farthest. this one right here. And we'll do this one. Ah, of course. What are the odds? We don't want to go that way. Might spoil too many things for people that want to see things. Alright, you know what? Let's get this freaking thing out of here. God, the acceleration is crazy. You know, I've never actually driven this around the factory before. I completely unlocked it through the MAM, right? No, through the ticket booth, and that's it. I never really did anything else after that. I mean, I wish it had like a little strobe light on top of it and everything, but... Oh, shit. What the fuck? All we had to do was walk over and touch it, and it just flips out. Alright, that's cool. Okay, so, back to this. Now, we were busy just throwing together a bunch of shit. Same thing over here. Does that look okay? I mean, that looks kind of jank if you ask me. That looks really jank. I mean, I wish I didn't set it up like this. Probably should put a warning on the screen about might just blow your eyeballs out if you're looking, if you're, you know, in the darkness. But this was, I built this, all of this, and put all of this together way back, you know, way back, almost a year ago. So that is why some of these floors have these, you know, instead of having stuff stuck on the wall, I stuck all these power lines in here, and I added different things to kind of help support, you know, lines and allow, like, you know, raw materials to get farther down the line, because, you know, 10 of these really soaks up everything, and, you know, each little row here has 10 and then 10, so for a total of 20 on 4 rows. Equates to a lot. And I don't have anything special for like a easier way to produce iron ore. I mean, we're just making one at a time. I mean, you should really see underneath the factory. My God, now that place looks like a mess. Love a little autosave. I think my autosaves run like every 5-8 minutes or so, somewhere around there. But okay, so now we got to go up there. So I don't want to necessarily always have to jetpack up there, because we have to jetpack someplace, then God, we would have to end the stream, because we would really pass all the big time spoiler stuff. Why do I have a beacon up here? Am I just Houdini? What is this thing? Is there like... Oh, okay. I didn't realize that thing was super long. It's like the first time I've ever seen something like that. Alright, so now that it's getting sunlight, we can turn that off. Beautiful sunrise. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Absolutely. So this will actually work out great, because then I could technically run a line just like so, and we could use our conveyor lifts to do this. So we'll... that might be a little bit much, but basically slap something like that right there. And then we'll do the same here, but the difference is at least for now, let me give you this idea. The difference is here is that I'll run all 6 through here, but one of the 2 here, usually probably this corner one, will have lifts that will take it up to the next level, and, you know, push it and distribute it out that way rather than, you know, other. And this side will take lifts and go down the level, so that way I can just run them along. So That means we'll create everything based on going that way. Now that's only for that. So that means then I can bring coal exports in by the truckloads. Truckloads. That's the key word here is truckload. Now I don't know, and maybe you guys know, but we'll figure that out one of these days. If a truck can stop at 2 different stations and load and then continue on, because a single truck station I don't think has the capacity to do anything. Although we'd have to go over to the Blue Crater and really work on that issue at hand. Now, somebody might ask a question that maybe has played this game for a long time. Why didn't you build over in the Blue Crater? I mean, why didn't you make all this over in the Blue Crater? Well, let me tell you, it was an idea, it was a thought, I considered it. And why I say this is because the Blue Crater has several iron ore nodes. It has coal. It's got like 4 or 5 coal nodes down there. You've got oil. You've got a large amount of water. You have, all your basic. You have some copper, some limestone. And you just have everything you would need to produce compacted coal and various resources and all. But I decided not to do that route because I didn't want to. It's a little wonky to throw these over here. Okay, alright, so now then we are throwing together our walls here, which and guess what, we're gonna have to go down there and get more stuff for our build here. What do we do with the thing? Yep, excuse me. I like how the sound just completely disappears. I also think it's funny too that it leaves tracks. How's that? How does it leave tracks if it looks like it has rubber or plastic wheels and asphalt? And it just stops on a dime too. That's cool. Probably gonna need like a ton of these, so we might as well just take everything we can get. On top of that, we also need more of these. Thanks, autosave. And I also need some of these. Oh. It was the rotors we did not need 10,000 of. Of course. Can't believe how much this thing takes off. It doesn't even look like it has a motor in it. And I really thought it was great. Okay, so Okay, let's see here. So not that, you know, any of this is probably going to overlap, but it's okay. Everything is all temporary right now. I mean, I guess what we could have done really was route this differently, but we're already 3 levels high, and we're bringing in these resources at 4. So they're already pretty high enough. I mean, who's to say that we aren't just going to throw down a level right here where they're at and then run this row that's empty down through the floor to get down? I mean, I guess it could be completely possible. Of course we're missing iron rods. What are the odds of that? Then we have to go back. We're not even getting straightened on the build here. My goodness. You know what? I might just run music in the background just because. I mean, I don't expect it at all to, you know, attempt to make, you know, any money from doing anything at all on YouTube currently. So all I've ever done is upload my favorite times with my friends or just what I want to upload on for the last almost 10 years. I've been doing it since 2015. Maybe that'll go to tell you how popular I am. Just nearing 500 subscribers in almost 10 years. But if you go all the way back to my very first video or whatever, I want to say it was on Black Ops 2. That was back when the game was, yeah, I don't know. That was about 2015. I had a few videos from the days of Ark. I used to have the #1 video for how you made a sword for Ark. And then I took that down, sometime last year, because when I watched the video, it was like you were watching it in 180p. I mean, that was just horrible. And so I took it down despite having over 20,000 views. I just don't know what happened, but in my younger years when I started YouTube, I didn't really have a lot. I didn't know a lot about YouTube. I didn't know how to edit. I didn't know how to, you know, build and design things. I had nothing. It was literally straight up me recording and uploading a raw file. My Homefront series is exactly that. That was just me using the Elgato Capture software, uploading raw files and everything to YouTube, and here we are. Everything looks great. Like how YouTube's telling me my stream health is excellent, but my bit rate is too high. I mean, we're running the stream right now at almost 10,000 kilobytes a second. All right, so now we get some tunes going in here or whatever. We'll see if YouTube has a fit over this for the most part. This is just Spotify running, so I don't really know. I mean, I've had copyright strikes in the past where I'm like, oh well, that's cool. I don't intend on anything. I just want to show you guys this. Okay, so we're gonna take what we have and send it that way. So iron ore and iron ingots are gonna run towards the mountains and that almost half exploded star over there, and our coal is gonna run differently and come back this way towards us. But we're gonna have to run coal exports on 2 different systems here. I think I'll be able to utilize a single. We might be able to do something with a single coal station, and then we'll just have to utilize the others. We do have access to another coal station as well that feeds right now for pipes and what is supposed to be the big giant ingot factory elsewhere. Probably can't show you guys that. We'll at least build the first floor of this, and that might just be the end of the video. Who knows? I'll see how I feel after all that. But so, we'll take our foundry, and are we trying to do, what are we trying to do? Do we want to do 32 as well? I mean, we're producing... Well, we also have to remember, too, that the end goal of this is to produce pipes. Okay, pipes. We got to remember that, pipes. So I think we'll actually come out with enough ingots on the first floor that we can take it and send it up the line to the top to constructors. So we might be able to just get away with 3 lines of iron ingots. But I fear that may not be enough. I don't know. We'll find out. We can always adapt to it later. Alright, so we're just going to start... I'll just start right here. Sorry, push that over one more. This gives us the space to run the lines along this way and connect everything. Alright, we have 10. That looks great. So we're using this. Do apologize if my keyboard gets really loud and maybe annoying too. The keys are intentionally set to be loud. So I'm using a Logitech G910. It's about a $100 keyboard. But just like anybody that, at least that I know of, at least for me, maybe I can't say anybody, but I really like RGB. I'm a fanatic of it. I mean, I don't have, an overuse of it. But my laptop keyboard and my desktop keyboard are RGB. I have a mouse too. And then my case for my desktop is. I do have RGB fans in there, but there's something else. Okay, so let's see here. So where is this input at? Okay, so here's the drawback to this, is that then we'll take something and we'll turn it around and the input is completely all fucked because it's on the other side. So that's where we have to waste a lot of space using these things. And take a normal splitter like so. Oh, sorry. Merger. And we'll just shove a merger. Kind of out in the open like this. And we'll take a foundry on this side. And we'll make it parallel here. Now, is that too close? That works out just perfectly. I mean, they look like they're at about the same distance of each other. Who cares? It's all temporary stuff anyway. Criminy justice. Anybody else notice how we're off? How nothing lines up correctly still? One of these is too far spaced out. This one. Maybe it just looks that way. I mean, is that really how it is? Oh. Yeah, 100%. That's why this curve is not like crazy. Then if we took this maybe dragged it over a little bit. There we go. Now it's flat in front. The curve is still kind of crazy. This will be fairly easy then to do this. I mean, if it's only 10, it doesn't use a lot of coal, only 2 coal per minute. We might not honestly even need to move coal from, you know, elsewhere. We can just pull it directly from a node straight over here, bring it, and then split it down the line. If not, just make it where it loops around. But basically that node down there. This coal generator used to be my primary resource for coal. That would take coal and transport it to this station here, and then I would have trucks pick it up and take it to what used to be the old power station, because at the time I only had like level 2 belts or whatever, and I have 4 now, so it really took forever for resources to get from one point to another. There's a bird flying through my building that, you know, shit, if this game had physics, take half the building out. Okay, so now we have to set up how it is going to merge all the time. Parallel there, yep, straight. Come in, we'll come straight. Voila. Excellent. Everything is coming together, I tell you what. Took us nearly 43 minutes to really get the build going, but I mean, you know, when you're building something in Satisfactory, you kind of want it to look nice. I'm still kind of like new. I'm in no way, shape, or form I'm just not big like, you know, big time YouTubers that know what they're doing or have a super creative mind. I'd rather unlock everything and then come back and build my factories. I've already gone through the painstaking process of building a factory, upgrading bigger and better stuff, and realizing, oh shit, I gotta tear all this down now and build it better. And that's just a pain in the ass. Oh dang, that's really off. Oh, that's cool. My headset battery's getting low. We all love when that happens. Guess we'll just have to hurry this build along and see what we can do with it. Okay, so we only have 10 there, so I think we could get away with doing a section of... We'll show that over there, and we'll run 2, 3, 4. These are not level 3 by any means, but I mean, I wish I had level 3. That'd be super freaking cool. Alright, there's that. Might not actually have enough. Anybody knows any tips and tricks of how to make this a faster process? I would love to know. Doing these individually is rough. Doing any power system is rough. Not that it couldn't be much worse than, well, what's that guy's name? I'm Kibitz. Having to redo his power grid, and in update 8, it's going to completely break his power grid already, so he'll have to remake it. That's gonna really suck. That man has like the most like sophisticated factories I've ever seen. However, I'm pretty sure he's on like a mod or some type of sandbox mode. I don't personally know if he's done anything legitly. I've done everything legitly in my world. It's I don't have unlimited fuel, and I just can't float around unlimitedly all the time. I wish, but I don't want to put mods on here or anything. Okay, so with all that installed there now we have to work on the system we'll use for how we bring in fuel, and we'll basically line everything up. So I started doing this differently before, but it is certainly a lot easier now. So basically we'll go like this. Okay, so what I need to know though is, what does this look like? I mean, I guess that looks okay. I mean, I don't like the fact that it like sits down from the lip. I mean, maybe that's, I mean, is it just too big then, or am I just retarded and it really just doesn't like sit flush with the line there? That's super like odd. Okay, well anyway. So then we'll take something like this, or either that, or we can basically, now that we know that that actually fits there, we can take this down. Okay. Alright, then we can take another exact thing just like it, smart splitter, and where's this one at? Okay, this one's like right here. Okay, and we are coming this way. So we'll take this thing, and we'll go like this. Just throw something in just like that, and then we're able to see the product come in, come down, and go in. Dang, that was really the wrong way too. Alright, things are coming together nicely. I like it. I like it. This is just a painstaking process of setting this up. God, it's the most like time-consuming thing ever. At least we have music to listen to, and it's not like just us. Yeah, so I suppose if we're running it this way, then we can really just kind of run everything around, and eventually it'll all connect together. I mean, we do have a system to allow us to carry things upwards. Let's see, what do we have? We're making 60 per minute. And so what is that? What is that? 60 times 10? You just add the 0. So like 600 per minute out of each one. Out of each side. I mean, that's a lot. I think that'll support 2 lines of constructors constructing steel pipes. So maybe this build doesn't have to be overly complicated and big. Well, I like how we're doing here. I mean, I feel like that looks okay. Alright, there's that. So what we need now is a single line. That's cool. Okay. Oh, thanks. So glad you're letting me know my battery is low. Alright, so we will preload these now, which will be excellent for us. Or so. And I'll keep working on the other side. But for now, I want to get the coal flowing. Oh, right. First, gotta set everything up. I'm telling you now, if this is a dubstep song, we are not really into the mood of dubstep. Alright, autosave. Alright, cool, that looks great. Alright, now let's go and grab this coal line that should just be off of the side over here. Like, actually. Should just be literally, like, right here. Okay, alright, sorry. Let me rephrase that. I stand totally corrected. It's all the way down there. It must be, yeah, when it gets over there, it's off the side. Okay, yeah, that's lovely. Alright, let's just totally cut that right there. And, see, we'll cut this side too. I mean, you know, alright. Just go down here. Quick. And we'll just slide this stuff down. Welcome to the bottom side of the system. Alright. So all the raw material here goes up and into the ingot factory. Okay, so the objective of this, so if you guys don't know what spawns down here are spiders. Oh man, they're absolutely horrendous. Although I think I've killed them all, unless they've respawned. Oh, there's sulfur right there, that's cool. And all this does is just go down into a more gassy area, which takes you and loops you back around where that big hole is by the arch. That's all this does. Damn. You're not hitting the vibes tonight. It's alright. We'll go back to the very first song I ever listened to. And that's how we ended up over there. Okay, so we want to take this and we want to take it all the way up there. Which, surprise, surprise, I don't think a lift can reach that high. I mean, they can go pretty high, but I don't think they can go that high. We'll try, though. Where do we need to go? I don't care. Let's just throw down one of these. And voila. Okay. Oh, well, I mean, that's a pretty good sized lift right there, actually. I mean, that's about as far down as I even needed it to go. Rebuild this stairway too. It's kind of in the way. Alright, so then we can grab a hold of this. Oh, fuck. It's the wrong way. Of course it is. There we go. Okay, and then we'll just take this thing, throw it in there. Voila. I mean, really, to be honest with you, we could really just completely redesign this whole thing. We were close. I need to like charge my headset before it dies. I guess we could really go like this and whoop. And just whoop. And then just take this lovely thing like so. Alright, cool, look at that. Now we have a whole new like system. Oh wait though. I need to start this down here. Unfortunately, I think I took all the coal, took the power shards out of this thing down here, which I want to say one of these is like boosted or whatever. Oh yeah, alright, well that needs to be boosted for that reason. You know what? Just for the sake of our build or whatever, I think I'd just be a-okay if we lost a little bit of power, so we'll just go grab some power. Oh, this doesn't have fuel. My friends, we have stumbled upon a problem. This is a very large issue right here. There is no fuel, but I know we have a tractor that's running this line. Where's all the gas at? God damn. Why the fuck is that number so like crazy? Is that really what it's been? That's impossible. That couldn't be what it's been. That is just straight up impossible. We will take all that out though. There it is. Get your ass over here. What are you coming in here loaded with? That's it? 3 stacks of compacted coal? What the hell? What the fuck? Alright, well if you guys don't know, that issue goes beyond us completely. That could be a very large problem. Here's what happens if you get ran over too. If you guys don't know, they don't even stop for you. Flat and dead. Just kidding. Alright. Well, that's a complete issue for another day. Although that is our biggest power station, and being that I have surprises and projects for other videos going on over on that side where that coal is imported from, there's not much I can do about it right now at all, actually. The only thing I can do really now is just wait until we complete our build, which will be very soon. Once we get all this going, I will go and figure all that out over there. Let drilling begin. Where's the stuff at? Oh, there it is. Come up here real quick. And it's here. Alright, excellent. So now we just need a series of things. Damn, if my headset doesn't die anytime soon. That'd be something. We might have to just abruptly end the stream here because that power station being down is rough because that is the most boosted power station in my entire world. So it's a little bit of an issue when it's MIA. I'll find out here. And with everything pulling 16 like watts of power, that's pretty high. We go over here and monitor all of that. There's all of our new infrastructure and everything. Sorry, we're consuming right now 1,200 megawatts of power. So here's the thing. So right now there are 5 assemblers that create compacted coal for us, which I feel like I should have known that eventually someday it would run out or whatever. I just didn't expect it to be so soon. And look at that. With all those things picking up right there, we're going to start picking up this higher consumption or whatever. And there it is. They just probably got a new delivery of compacted coal over there, which has allowed our production to go back up. But I mean that's one line feeding nine coal generators boosted. I mean that's crazy. I do have a little mini substation as that is over here. See, here's the power station exports. The actual building that produces those materials is over here. But I'm hoping in a video at some point that won't be anything like our mega factory for phase 3. The video I have in the works currently is a progress update video about what's going on around the world right now, fully and in depth about the other different projects I have going on than what the factory tour was. I mean, so much has changed. I made the factory tour video, I want to say in July. My editor has other clients that he does things for as well, so it does take him some time to do things, and I'm A-okay with that. You guys need to know that I am a person and a man of quality over quantity, so I have no strict, set upload schedule. I try to upload at least 2 to 3 videos a month. Sometimes it doesn't happen, and with school being, active now and everything, that's a real hard feat to do. But I've got some things in the work. It's just mostly, I'm on Satisfactory currently. I'm trying to bring you guys some, content on Satisfactory. We'll get back into Dead by Daylight as well, because Dead by Daylight's got the new update for the Xenomorph or whatever, basically from Alien Isolation is out, and he is a lovely killer to play against. I haven't personally played him, but he's 100% the Nemesis vibe without zombies to help you out. Aside from that, I have a lot of plans over here in the Blue Crater, more specifically like a large refinery and a very large project that I'm building for compacted coal. But currently as I said, there is a little building here of only 5 assemblers, and I want to say that, I don't know, did I mention it in the beginning? I'm building a giant mega factory thing with our time-lapse build that is, each level will have, I want to say, 6 to 10 levels, and each level has 32 assemblers on it. All right? That is insane. That is crazy. One level of assemblers basically produces and takes up 480 megawatts of power, and that's without any boosting. So over here on this little lake, specifically in this little area, is a power station, meant to kind of help out with that production and, you know, take things off. But yeah. But anyway, that's all I got for you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed today's stream and everything. And if you guys did, I certainly encourage you guys to subscribe, like, leave a comment. If you got questions for me or so, that's completely okay. I can answer your questions to the best of my knowledge and belief in the game, tell you how I feel like something should be built. And then, yeah, but we're kind of working away with a strong drive to get to Phase 3 as soon as possible. I also think, too, we're going to have a little mini video out about our construction of our network over there, because I do have, I don't know. This big concrete building over here produces encased beams, right? And it's what keeps up with all of my materials needed for my level 4 belts and everything, because I do use a lot of those, and I realized that the 2 little things I had was not enough, so there's a good amount of levels in there. So that's all everything. I mean, that starts from straight raw materials and produces everything you need up to, I want to say, about 5, 6, maybe 7 assemblers in 2 rows pushing on 1 line to bring these down. I mean, they're only making a single encased beam at a time. But yeah, without further ado, I hope you guys had a great time, and I will see you guys back here next time in another stream or another video.
She was laughing in pain, one and the same, whatever helps her.